All right, guys, thank you for joining me again. I appreciate it. As always, you guys dealing with my bullshit and so on and so forth. Today, guys, we're talking about the WEF. Their last meeting, I think, was a week ago, right? They had major issues. I wouldn't say major issues, but I would say that they had some issues at the World Economic Forum meeting in Davos. I heard they upped security. They had facial recognition and fingerprinting to have people come in. There seemed to be a bit of a mutiny or mutinous kind of thing going on. Um, Cat Lady says YouTube keeps on subscribing me. Yeah, I know, guys. You're gonna have to check in every now and again. So there was something going on where people were having an issue with Klaus Schwab, being some of the things he said, especially being that he's going to be in charge of the World Economic Forum until he dies, and then he's going to name or they're going to name a successor to him. I don't know. We shall see. But apparently, two speakers at the World Economic Forum talking about how we are the plague. So now they are upping the ante, guys, on humans and what they think of us. And bad enough, um, they're out to get the human race or minimize our carbon footprint, if you will. And by minimizing our footprint, they're trying to restrict a lot of things on us. So with that, guys, we are absolutely headed down a fucking path that if it goes unchecked, we're gonna well, not we, but a lot of people are gonna be eating bugs and shit, and they are going to fucking regret it, like you wouldn't believe. So, guys, are we the plague to the planet? Now, yes, I hate to say this, but yeah, we have a plaguish kind of outlook on things when it comes to humans. And when I don't mean us, I mean corporation. Corporations, guy, they're the plague of the planet, not so much humans. Though humans are the cause of corporations that do what they do. But nonetheless, guys, corporations are the fucking biggest problem. They gut rainforests that we need because we need trees. They dump pollution into the water because they don't know where else to dump it. So let's dump it in the ocean or let's bury it in someone's fucking town, a nearby town in the ground, not deep enough so that when it starts off gassing, people in the neighboring town get sick. Let's put up power lines that emit so much energy, people are developing cancers. Now, yes, we are the plague in that sense. But to single out just humans and not turn around and go, well, these corporations are doing this, and this. Maybe we should tackle them first, and then let's see whether or not we have to involve humans or citizens, if you will. Sorry. They are doing everything in their fucking power to save the planet by minimizing what we do when it's not even a fucking the half. Not a corporation, sorry. Yes, corporations are the problem. They're the ones that are pumping all of this shit into the atmosphere. They're the ones that are poisoning fucking water, right? So they're doing all of this shit and they're blaming us, citizens, not the corporations. If you find or shut down half of these corporations, if not all of them, you would see a major change in the air and a major change in the environment. Now, yes, people like, what about the cars? I think cars add to it, but I don't think they're the whole problem. The ecosystem collapsing. Yeah, well, listen, the ecosystem is collapsing, and yes, it's probably because of us. But you know, the suntan lotion killing the coral reef. Is that true? Could be, or is it the fact that again, shit's being pumped into the water by these companies? China and India are the number one offenders of pollution in the air, and yet they're not addressing those two countries and the shit they're pumping into the air in their country. Yet they're going after us because of our cars, supposedly, our sunscreen, supposedly, right? Saying that we're eating meat, and because there's so many cows, because we need to eat meat, we need this amount of cows, and this amount of cows is causing uh, bad air in the atmosphere. Or because we're cooking on our stoves are now giving kids asthma. Uh, bit, bit bud, yes, it's all bullshit. It's all BS. Every last one of every last bit of it is BS. It's like, and then people believe it though. People are like, you know what? My kid does have asthma, but I don't use an open flame stove. I use one of those electric stoves. Maybe that's it too. Because kids, believe it or not, guys, do have asthma in places that have electric stoves that don't use gas. So what's the excuse for that? Right? So they continue with the bullshit. We continue to fall for it, and then not we, but they continue to fall for it. And then what? And yes, sorry. Yes, Vincent Boogaloo. It's they own jets. They own some of those facilities, some of those giant fucking factories. They own that shit. Alexandra the Great says her son has asthma and they don't have a gas stove. See, like how many kids throughout the country here in the United States and even in Canada have kids that have asthma and don't have open flame stoves, gas stoves. I don't get it. But they will blame it on everything else right now, guys. They will blame it on every fucking thing else and not be like, you know what? Maybe we should shut down these factories. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe we should find cleaner fuel for the planes, right? Because the planes are pumping out more than cars. There are fucking more planes in the air than any given time. Not than cars, but there's more traveling with planes. And planes are pumping out fuel big time. But whatever. Listen, everyone who has a gas stove loves their gas stoves. We had this conversation at Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival's winter outing. The gas stove thing, I don't see it happening only because it would cost probably trillions of dollars to take every gas stove out of every existing home and then not retrofit, but yeah, I guess retrofit everything for electric. And it would cost so much money to shut down the gas lines. In some cases, you might have to pull them out. Now, a lot of cases, especially like in the city, you cap the gas lines. You don't have to pull them out. But the what you call it downstairs in the basement, you got to fucking do away with those. You got to take every stove out of every apartment in every city. That is not a fucking likely thing. Now, moving forward, you can put electric stoves in, and I think that's what they're doing now here in the city. They're not running any gas stoves. It's all electric. For every building that I've been in anyway, every new building I've been in has been electric stoves. They're not using gas stoves. So it's, again, guys, it's more bullshit. Like, it's the never-ending bullshit. I'm like, seriously, I don't get it. The prepping artist says they're not going to do existing, just new homes. Right. That would be better. But the article last week was the article last week said they wanted to replace or get rid of gas stoves. So I guess people like myself took that as they wanted to fucking, pull them all out. I can't see them doing that. But then again, with this administration, anything's possible, right? And listen, I mean, I try to cook on electric stoves. They fucking suck. They suck 1,000%, guys. There's just no way. There's nothing better than cooking on a gas stove. Nothing better. Trying to cook on an electric stove blows. People are like, oh, you just have to change the way you cook. Why the fuck do I got to change the way I cook? Right? But nonetheless, they want us to do so. So, sorry. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's we have so. Yes, my skydive 11. I'm hungry now again too. Matter of fact, tonight for the first time I made Alfredo sauce. I made it and it didn't break. Now, some of you know about Alfredo sauce when you make it. If you make it, I think it's too oily. It winds up breaking after it starts to cool off. This Alfredo sauce didn't break. I was proud of myself. It was chicken Alfredo. But yeah, but again, that's cooking on a gas stove. I just don't know how to cook on electric. I have cooked on electric. It's just weird, And like Every firehouse. Now, I could see them doing this for firehouses, which would be a problem. Pulling out the gas lines, the gas stoves, not the lines, pulling out the gas stoves and putting in electric. I can see them doing that because it's a city, but it's going to be a problem. Alfredo sauce escaped the matrix. I did say Alfredo. Sorry, I made Alfredo sauce. Uh, no, it's not hard. I thought it was like like listening to everybody cook Alfredo sauce. I'm like, well, you got to do this, you got to do that. I fucking my first try I nailed it. Didn't have a fucking issue with it. Enjoy your burnt food. Jimmy Brown, the Declaration of North America. I did not get to read it. I know a couple people sent me the email on it. I didn't get a chance to look at it. It doesn't sound good, but in the same breath, the paragraph or two I read, I didn't get to read the whole thing. The paragraph two I read, we might be overthinking it. But it does, do I think it's the end of America? Listen, the only way America is going to end if we let it happen. He could sign all the paperwork he wants. Um, I can't see it fucking becoming that big of an issue unless we implement civil war, if that makes sense. It's just I don't know. It sounds like bullshit to me, But I have to read the whole thing, and until I read the whole thing, I'm not going to address it. But I know that Alaska Prepper addressed it. I watched some of the video, and then I looked it up myself. I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me! But I didn't get a chance to read it. But if it comes down to it, guys, I could see some kind of fight happening. I if this turns into something big, I can see us. I can see us fighting over it, and that's going to be a fucking issue. Yeah. Um, Nomad Prepper 2 said propane and natural gas is the cleanest fuel. Yeah, listen, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, like you figure that like this electric car shit. When they were talking about what was it earlier last year, they were talking about everybody needs to buy a hybrid car and we should give up our gas guzzlers and all this other bullshit. I'm like, hey, seriously? Like, and then we're watching the problems with the electric cars. Electric cars, guys, are just a bad thing. They're just bad all the way around. There's, you know, yes, they don't emit a lot of pollution, but they run off electricity. So how does that work out if there's a blackout and you hadn't charged your car? And now the blackout happens. Now where are you going to charge your car? Right? So again, it seems to always be like they don't think ahead. They don't think 10 steps ahead. They think one step ahead, if at all. And there's always a problem with this electric shit. Now, can there be certain sources of energy that's out there that they can use that would be infinite? Probably. The God particle would be one of them. The God particle would be something very interesting to use. I know that they were beating their chest, not beating their chest, but they were telling us that the God particle, or there was another energy source that they created saying that it's unstable. And as long as it's unstable, we can't use it. Well, of course it's unstable. It's unstable because with this source of power, you could run a fucking city off of it. So now, if you can run a city off of something like that, guys, you would put the gas industry out, and you would definitely put the electric car industry out, because this would be a renewable source of energy. But I don't know. It sounds very Michelle Diaz. Yeah, exactly. They went to zero. Yeah, they definitely did. Well, online subscriber, that whole thing with the cobalt, that's a fucking man. That's a different story altogether. I'm hearing drips and drabs about it, and they're going to ignore that. They're going to ignore what's going on in those mines in Africa, right? I heard it's fucking. It makes, from what I'm hearing, it makes the blood diamond mining or the diamond mining in Africa look like a fucking picnic, from what I'm hearing. So, um, yeah, it's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. But Africans need to get their shit together and fucking and fight. But they keep fucking falling into the bullshit. Do you regret not buying more supplements when they were cheaper? RWD channel. What do you mean supplements? Like the vitamins and shit? Because I tell you something right now, off subject a little bit. Not off subject because it's. I bought my dog some dog food. I bought him a 20-pound bag. Now usually I get him like a 50-pound bag, but I bought a 20-pound bag. A 20-pound bag, guys, it's like if you guys have dogs, you know what size a 20-pound bag is. It's Stella and Chew, right? A Stella and Chewy. This is the one called red meat or raw meat, red meat with the meal mixer inside of it. A 20-pound bag was fucking $89. $89 for a 20-pound bag of food. I almost started yelling at the lady on the phone. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? What did you guys do? Did you jack this shit up? What's going on? And she's like, it wasn't us. It was the company. They're marking it up. I had to catch myself because I'm like, I'm pissed because now I'm realizing, fuck, this is fucking getting bad because this is for my dog. So now what I had to do now is buy him 2 more bags at this current price, and hopefully that'll last him 3 months, and then we'll see what happens from there. Our WD channel. I haven't seen a huge rise in the vitamins and protein powders. I haven't seen a big rise in it, but I mean, being that there is going to be one, you're right. Maybe I should run out and get more supplements before it skyrockets. But I deal with Umzu, and uh, On It. Those are the 2 vitamin companies I deal with. Escape the Matrix. Yeah, you would think there was fucking filet mignon in this shit, but all right, Alexandra. See you tomorrow night. Wait, tomorrow night. See you later. I don't know why the fuck I said that, but anyway. Um, Scrappy Cat says Harley's going electric on their motorcycles. Why? Hey, whatever. Everybody's going to go electric to get into the electric market, but again, why? Why would you? All right, I'm trying to find. Scrappy Cat, when did you email me? Oh, I'll find it. Okay, all right. Scrappy Cat, are you SD? Yes. All right, I got it. I got you. Thank you for the email. Yeah, just saw it. Just found it. SD. So yes, I have been reading your emails. I'm sorry. I didn't know that was you. My bad. Sorry about that. Um, yeah, listen too. All right, to that, guys. If you're gonna send me the emails, please put your real name and your YouTube what you call it name in there as well, so I have some sort of idea who you are. Scrappy Cat, I should have known because she sent me these emails before, and I realized that now. My bad. Yeah. Listen, so guys, again, with the whole Canadian prepper shit, that was it. That was my rant. I'm not going to bring it up again. I'm not going to talk about the fucking asshole again. That was that. It's just, you know what? I'm disappointed with him. That's all. And maybe that's a better uh, word. I'm disappointed in how he's carrying on. Maybe because I looked up to him at one point, and that's probably why I'm disappointed. Whatever. To that man, I'm not going to be speaking on it again because that was just a gripe and a rant. That's all it was. Nikita says I finally made a live chat. Well, thank you for joining us tonight. Another subject, Paul. Another subject tonight would be the they're proposing, not the elites, but Pfizer is proposing that that there's a yearly or an annual arm ticket for Mr. 19. It's fucking, like, seriously, man. Like, how the fuck do we? How do you tell people this is going to help you with the current situation? And then the current situation doesn't pan out accordingly. Then you start telling people, well, it wears off after 3 months. Now they want it to be every year. They were talking about every 6 months or every 3 to 6 months. Now they're talking about every year. And the only reason why they're talking about every year is that they can't get people to get this shit every 3 to 6 months. They just can't. So every year would be nice. But here's the problem, guys. For those of you that keep taking this shit, you're going to feel the effects. Gene W., what announcement are they going to make Thursday? Do you know? You're going to feel the effects down the line. And I feel bad for anybody who still believes in this bullshit. Whatever this bullshit is. Yes, wild, right? Safe and effective. Remember that? Safe and effective. Cats are psychopaths. Yeah. I thought someone mentioned in the last live stream that there was a pill that they were talking about coming out with. Which, again, why would you want to take a pill? The yearly. Okay, Jen said the yearly shot. So, again, it's bullshit. Whatever. If people want to keep believing this bullshit, that's up to them, man. I do not understand why you would. You know, it's just enough already. Yes, John Graves. I know it's not approved, but they are going to. See, here's the problem, John. We know the FDA is going to approve it. We know that. People are like it's going to be approved. We knew when the arm ticket was coming out that they were going to fast track it and fucking approve it. They're like, well, it's got to go up to the approval of the FDA. Like the FDA was going to be like, no, we can't allow this. Matter of fact, the FDA had such a fucking issue because the guy that was running the FDA back in 2019 into 2020 stated that they were grilling him, matter of fact, and it's one of those congressional things. They were grilling him because he states that he is not going to just give it the okay just because they wanted him to fast track it. He kept telling them no, and what did the Biden administration do as soon as they got into office? They replaced him. They replaced the head of the FDA. So they replaced the head of the FDA because he said he wasn't going to fucking pass anything he didn't think was good enough or right. They replace him, they get their yes man in play, and boom. So this is just fucking, the FDA is going to fucking get this passed. Giggles, FDA, not SDA, unless somebody else is saying something differently. Oh, by the way, too, guys, if you guys off subject, like way off subject, there's a TV show on called The Last of Us. You should definitely fucking watch that. Jimmy, arm ticket. I mean, spam. The Last of Us, very good show. Like, I mean, I don't like the actor in it, the Spanish dude, Pablo, whatever the fuck his name is. I think he's a bit of a sellout. But the storyline is fucking pretty good, man. Like, and I only know about the game. I've never played the game. But it's a really good show. Christian Prepper says watching it. Yeah, you guys, I'm telling you, like just watch the show. That's all I can say. I was so impressed with the first 2 episodes. I was like, get the fuck out of here. It's well written. It really is. So, yes, Adriana, you should definitely watch the show. You will not be disappointed. I mean, again, it's just the first 2 episodes. But it's really fucking cool. Jackie, I've known about the game. Like I said, I never played it. I followed the game through like commercials and shit like that. So when I saw they were making a movie, I'm like, this should be interesting. Very good show. Very good show. MacGyver Preppin'. It's The Last of Us. It's on HBO Max, I think. I think it's on HBO. The Last of Us. Yep, there goes your answers. Online subscriber, HBO Max. You guys will not. You guys will not regret it, Tony. The YouTuber with the longest fucking name known to mankind. Yes, I was a Breaking Bad fan. I never saw Andromedon. I wanted to see that. I think I could find it online somewhere. Breaking Bad was good. We need to start cooking. Yeah, those Jews taking America back from Israel. Breaking Bad was a really good show. Did anybody see the spin-off TV movie on Netflix? That was pretty interesting. I forgot the name of it. I want to say, was it El Camino? Was that the name of it? That show's based off a video game. It's good. Yeah. One minute, check it out. El Camino. Yes, it was. Thank you. Go sure. Yes, El Camino. That wasn't a bad, it wasn't a bad movie either. I haven't watched Better Call Saul, Michelle Diaz, though I'm looking to watch it. My dad likes Breaking Bad. He's 80. Well, hey, Breaking Bad's a good show. Doesn't matter what age you are. All right, guys. So we have reached the half-hour point, I think. Well, in a couple minutes we will. But I'm going to go off the air. I am tired. And tomorrow morning I'll be back on at 10 o'clock for the Wednesday midweek reports. So much to talk about. There's a lot of stupid bullshit going on here in the city. There's a lot of bullshit going on around the world. So we're going to talk about a lot of that stuff. It's normally about 15 minutes to a half hour. But whatever. We go with the flow. All right, guys. So anyway, other than that, thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you for listening to my bullshit. I appreciate the support, and I will see you guys either tomorrow morning or Thursday night. All right, guys? Thank you.